Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Can you imagine? When a governor in Bauchi State, a sitting governor in Bauchi came out to tell you that Fulanis are Fulanis everywhere. They are not even Nigerians. And their plan is to make sure that they bring Fulani from all over part of West Africa and settle them in Nigeria. A Fulani governor in Bauchi State made that revelation. He said it in a national television. It is not a mere hearsay. I am going to look for the video and play for you again to remind you. We are playing the videos to make it as a reminder in case you have forgotten where we are coming from. When you watch some of those videos, you will remember where we are coming from and where we are going so that you can sit up. Let me see if I can find the video so that I can play it for you to remind you the situation of things, where we are coming from and what you are supposed to be expecting. Anything can happen at any time.
To cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If
the
I
world.
understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries, who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization.
I hope you have heard him. That is the sitting governor making a case for the Fulani people. On your own time, go and watch that video completely. Watch it carefully from beginning to end. Then you begin to understand the mess you are in as a Nigerian. Those of you who are still hoping for a better Nigeria, you will understand the mess you're in. That governor is telling you that any Fulani you see on the planet Earth, no matter where they are, that they are Nigerian and they have a right in Nigeria. You saw the person who is interviewing him, asking him, how are you going to use the money of Nigerian people, citizens of Nigeria? How are you going to use the money of the citizens of Nigeria to sponsor Fulanis who are not Nigerians? And the governor responded, a sitting governor, he said that any Fulani you see across West Africa, wherever they are, that they are all Nigerians. That it doesn't matter where they are citizens. That is what the mess you are in. And you heard him saying that they are willing to open up the border for all Fulanis to be settled in the contraption called Nigeria. This is a mission they wish to achieve in 2022 by all means possible. Muhammadu Buhari, the late Muhammadu Buhari, and the imposter in Asoro is their last check they have. That is the last man they have to fulfill their mission. And they are pursuing it by all means possible to see that their mission is being achieved. To see that their mission is achieved, that is why you see them pursuing it. And let me tell you, the revelation of Obadiah Melafia let it continue to ring in your head every minute of the day. Maybe by special grace of God, tomorrow I will play the full interview of Obadiah Melafia for you to hear from him, so that you can be able to straighten your mind on what is coming. It is because of this revelation that they killed Obadiah Melafia, somebody from Southern Kaduna, who was making a revelation on what is going to happen in 2022, the war that they are about to unleash. They have started already. They have started already. I have just played a video for you of what happened in Borno State today, not yesterday. The takeover of a military institution. Takeover of a military institution happening. Why they are boasting that they have Togana jet. Why they are boasting that they're going to kill any Biafran person that came out to talk about self-determination. They are boasting to bomb Biafra. You see Hope Uzodinma coming out to boast of bombing his own people. Hope Uzodinma will come out and boast of killing Biafrans. He will boast of killing Biafra. Meanwhile, in the northern part of Nigeria, that was Borno State, you saw members of Boko Haram taking over a military institution without any attack and response from anywhere. No response whatsoever. Every military car you see there, every military Land Cruiser you see there have gone into their own hand. Every military armory have been taken over by ISWAP. Everything you see in Borno State. And the government don't care, because that is what they want. Because they are fighting for the agenda of the government to make sure that they take over Nigeria by all means possible. But it is sad. The saddest thing is that those of us who are from southern part of Nigeria, we are sleeping. We are not doing anything. Instead of us fighting along with our own people, instead of you that is an Oduduwa person, fight along with Oduduwa people and continue to stand on your self-determination to protect your people. Even though they hold Sunday Igboho, holding Sunday Igboho should not stop the struggle for Oduduwa. Let Oduduwa people wake up and continue to fight for self-determination. The same thing is applicable to Biafra. Because our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu have been kidnapped. You and I know that our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu has been the person who has put a stop to the advancement. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu single-handedly, through his broadcast and his effort and the things he's doing on the ground, have put a stop to the advancement of the Janjaweed to the southern part of Nigeria. The establishment of the ESN was a stamp to their full movement. They couldn't move anymore. They couldn't move anymore. But what did they do? They turn around and begin to use our own people. They begin to use our own people. They begin to use Biafrans themselves. Biafrans, we are being used against the work of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, against the ESN. Today, it is the Biafrans who are supposed to be fighting along with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They are the people today who are going to point out where the ESN are hiding. They are the people who are exposing the ESN camp. They are the people who are setting ESN up. They are the people who are blackmailing ESN. Same Biafran people who are supposed to fight along to make sure they secure their region. Are you going to talk about the politicians? The politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria have betrayed and betrayed so much that today they are making sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not released. Look at people who are talking about political solution. You are talking about political solution when you don't even have a political mind and will to speak and ask the checkpoints and the military who are killing your people to disappear. You cannot even make a case for your people. See the kind of killing that is happening in Biafra land. Killing that is happening in Biafra. Innocent people being killed on a daily basis. No politician is standing up for against the military and tell them to move away. Because Biafra land is the most peaceful area you can think of in Nigeria. Even as at now, Biafra land remains the most peaceful. Yet, it is the most militarized zone. And yet, your politicians cannot do anything. These same politicians who are lily-livered, these people who are lily-livered, who you and I know that they have nothing to offer, are still the people you are expecting to go and fight and release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You must be deaf and dumb. You must be daft. You must be daft. If you are waiting for them to activate this political solution that they spoke about, was because of what you and I were doing. It was because of the sit at home that the ordinary people are doing on their own without being commanded, without being forced. People on their own embarked on civil disobedience, sitting at home. That was why they talked about the political solution. It wasn't because they wanted to do it. It wasn't because they had the interest of the people at heart. It's not because they love Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or they want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out. They spoke about it because the people took the power in their own hand and began to change the narrative. They become scared. Abuja was hot. Abuja came after them and was holding them on their neck. They didn't have any place to stay. They didn't have sleep. That is why they begin to talk about political solution. But surprisingly, instead of you and I, those of us who call ourselves Biafra agitators, those of us who call ourselves Mazen Nandekano followers, instead of us to continue to hold on that civil disobedience, hold it with the last breath we have to make sure that Mazen Nandekano is released, what do? We throw away the check that we have. How can you go to a bank to withdraw money without a check? It is not possible. How can you go to the bank to withdraw money without your ATM card? The only ATM card that we had and check that we have to make withdrawal is the civil disobedience. The only ATM card we have to make withdrawal in the bank of the Janjaweed to free Mazen Nandekano was the civil disobedience. That is the only check we had. Instead of those who are supposed to lead us, to encourage us to continue to embark and hold that very check we had very strong, what did they do? They threw it away. They threw it away because of a propaganda of a politician. How can anybody who is mentally sound, how can anybody mentally sound in the country of Nigeria believe a politician? How can you believe a politician to drop what you are doing even when there has not been any negotiation? It's just a promise. There is no negotiation on the table. The Attorney General said it. The negotiation is not there. Muhammad Buhari said it on his own. It is not there. But the only thing you know that we have, that we are supposed to use, that we make them to look at and say that, yes, Biafran people are standing behind this man. We cannot do anything. We have no other option than to give them referendum. Let us give them referendum and see what will happen. Let us free this man and let's try this referendum and see what will happen. The only means we have to make this happen, we threw it away. We threw it away. And today, even when the Janjaweed are still giving you the expo, giving Biafrans the expo, Biafrans are not getting the message. It is sad. People who are supposed to lead the charge are not getting the message. They have told you that it is only when they weigh the situation, when they weigh the reaction of the people. It is the reaction of the people that will determine if Mazen Nandekano will get political solution or not. The reaction of the people. And which people do you think will react? The reaction of the people, which people are you thinking that will react? The people who are supposed to react are Biafran people and their friends. Biafran people and their well-wishers. That is why even our Dudua brothers have to join us in this reaction, because it is going to affect them also positively. The release of Mazen Nandekano will trigger the self-determination of the Dudua people, not only the Biafran people. This is why every well-meaning Nigerian that is sincere, every freedom fighter who wants a Nigeria that will favor his unborn children, have to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Biafran people and begin to speak on the same language. So when we are asking for the freedom of Mazen Nandekano, it is not just for the Biafran people. It is not for Mazen Nandekano family. Not because of Mazen Nandekano children and his wife. Not because of himself, because of you and your unborn children. For your life. It is a matter of the life and death. Life and death. Mazen Nandekano already have put his own life on the line. He has put his own life on the line. You, that is ordinary people that still have some little freedom, what are you doing to make sure that you trigger your own freedom to come with immediate effect? Let me tell you, anybody that is deceiving you that Mazen Nandekano will be in captivity and they will give him or her freedom, that person is a deceiver and a liar. Anybody who is telling you that he or she will have freedom while Mazen Nandekano is in captivity is a liar, a deceiver, and an agent of the Janjaweed. But take it from me, the freedom of Mazen Nandekano will be the freedom of every indigenous tribe in Nigeria, the Ududua, the Middle Belt, and every other indigenous tribe. As soon as Mazen Nandekano is free, Mazen Nandekano is free, everybody will be free. This is the only name that the Janjaweed will hear. When they hear the name Mazen Nandekano, Asorok will be in trouble. They will begin to shake. They will begin to shiver. Why Mazen Nandekano was that? For a mere broadcast that Mazen Nandekano is broadcasted, you can never see the Fulani Janjaweed in our forest. They dare not. When was the last time you had the attack? It was only after the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekano, just recently, that you begin to hear Fulani attacking again. They are attacking because they have seen that people who are supposed to stand against them are no longer standing against them. They have seen that there is some weakness. They have succeeded in planting some imposters who are distracting us. Because they have seen that they have planted an imposter, they have emboldened themselves. they begin to speak boldly on their own platform. Even the imposter in Asarok have come in their broadcast, in the recent broadcast. You saw the imposter still defending the Fulani killers. Still defending the Fulani killers. You will talk about prescribing. I made a video here that the prescription of bandits, they did not prescribe the terrorists. That prescription of the bandits, they prescribe a certain cult group called Yambanga. They prescribe Yambanga and Yambindiga. Those two groups were the people who were prescribed in their court, not the terrorists. Not the terrorists that we know. The Fulani terrorists who they renamed as bandits, renamed as unknown government, who they changed their name from one place to the other. They were not the people that we have been renamed. The people that they changed their name, the people that we are being named are Yambindiga and Yambanga. Let me see if I can get the video and play the video for you to remember. The prescription, it was not in any way a prescription for the terrorists. It was just a prescription for a certain group. That is how deceitful they are. The Fulani Janjaweed can go to any length to deceive you to make sure you do not get the point. They are doing it on a daily basis. Watch the video. Let me play it and see.
The Attorney General of the Federation eventually got a court order in November 2022 proscribing various armed groups with specific mention of Yambindiga and Yantanda as terrorist organizations.
Did you hear it? The people who we are being proscribed, we are Yambindiga and Yantanda. Those are the people we are proscribed. But when you go to their media, they will be telling you bandits we are proscribed, all the terrorists we are protected, all the bandits in the north. It wasn't the Fulani bandits that are killing people. The terrorists that are killing people, we are not the people that we proscribe. They are not the people that they prescribe. They prescribe Yambindiga and Yantanda, a court group in the north. Those were the people that the judge prescribed in the court in Abuja. And instead of the government prescribing these people, the terrorists, Mieti Allah, the sponsor of the killers, Mieti Allah have foot soldiers. They have foot soldiers in Iswap. They have foot soldiers in Boko Haram. They have foot soldiers who they renamed and call them bandits. Fulani bandits, the Fulani headers who are still killing today. As you are watching this video, today, as you are watching this video, they are still killing, taking over places. In Kaduna State, they are still killing. As you're watching the video, in Plateau State, the governor is crying about the killing in Plateau State. That useless governor who cannot stand up his own people, they are killing them. In Benue State, the killing is still going on as you're watching this video. But what did they do? When they came to prescribe, they prescribed Yambindiga and Yantanda, not the terrorists, to confuse you. But when you go to their conventional media, they will tell you bandits were prescribed. But who were those bandits that were prescribed? Who were those bandits? You saw it very clear on that very news. I want you to watch it. Listen carefully, the people who were prescribed. They did not prescribe the Fulani terrorists that kill people. They did not prescribe the Mieti Allah. The main Fulani terrorists who you see, I have played their video where you see them marching in the street. This is why they are now bold. Now they are bold to march in the street. Now they are bold to take over military points because of this prescription. This prescription was not for them. Listen carefully, the people who they prescribe. Watch it again.
The government, through the Attorney General of the Federation, eventually got a court order in November 2022 proscribing various armed groups with specific mention of Yambindiga and Yantanda as terrorist organizations. Pursuant to this, an official gazette was issued by the federal government in line with the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013. But what is the legal implication of the new designation of bandits as terrorists?
But when you get them proscribed, one benefit that the government has is that you engage them in combat as though they have been convicted. That's the advantage, as though they have been convicted. So you kill them and apply all the force that is needed. And then principally, again, the terrorism financing. Now, you see, anytime a group is proscribed as a terrorist organization, there will be a circular that the central bank will issue to all banks in Nigeria, that if there is any account existing or in operation, that it carries a name similar to the names of those organizations, that they should make a report to the CBN.
Even though Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court had in a ruling held that the activities of Yambindiga and Yatanda bandit groups and other similar groups in Nigeria constitute an act of terrorism, why has the very dreaded Boko Haram not been mentioned in all these?
Boko Haram
the tormentor-in-chief of Nigerians, has not been declared specifically as a terrorist group. Meanwhile, it is one of the 4 deadliest terrorist groups in the world, the Boko Haram group. A group like Miyetti Allah that comes out openly to beat his chest and own up to killings in different parts of the country by saying, we did it, should be declared a terrorist group.
Well, Boko Haram is actually an extension of there is a name they are known for. That is the name that was prescribed as a terrorist organization, not the name Boko Haram. Now, why Miyetti Allah could not be proscribed is because Miyetti Allah does not exist as a terrorist organization. It is an association classified for the purpose of economic interest.
The Gazette also provides that members of the proscribed groups can be tried and convicted.
But where, however, bandits have been successfully captured alive, they can only be taken to detention and then charged before courts of law. They must enjoy their constitutional right to defense by themselves or through a lawyer of their choice under Section 36 of the Constitution.
Everyone is a target of these newly designated terrorist groups, including students, women, peasant farmers.
You have seen it. I am playing all these videos to call your attention to what is happening. You see, sometimes when we watch some videos from conventional media, you will not get all the facts. When they read their news there, you are not going to get the fact. But when we break it down for you, you understand better. When you listen carefully from the beginning of that very video I played, you see that they mentioned the particular people who were being proscribed, not the Fulani terrorists. It wasn't the Fulani terrorists that are killing people. That is why you see the Fulani terrorists are now bold to come out in the open, to begin to operate much than ever. They are now emboldened to take over by force. This is what is happening. And you see those people, some of those people who are speaking were lawyers. You see the other lawyer explaining to you very, very well that even Boko Haram themselves have not been proscribed. At the same time, you saw another lawyer who is coming there to play the card of the Janjaweed. You see the Janjaweed lawyer, where he was trying to make a case, even telling you why they will not proscribe the Miyetti Allah, because they don't want the government to go after them. These people who are telling you, that same lawyer who is telling you that Miyetti Allah cannot be proscribed because it's not a terrorist group, knows very well that IPOB is not a terrorist group. They have never been. IPOB is not a terrorist group and have never been. But IPOB were proscribed simply because they were asking for self-determination, which is a right enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria, enshrined in international law, enshrined in African Chartered law. That is why they proscribe IPOB. And this is why we do not want to be part of this very contract called Nigeria. We can never be part of it. We will not. Any well-meaning person who really sincerely wants freedom should not be talking about anything one Nigeria, because it is not for your interest. One Nigeria is for the interest of the British, and they will do everything possible to keep it, including killing the indigenous people. That is exactly what they are doing now. And when you talk about political solution can never solve any problem. It will never, ever solve any problem when it comes to the issue of Biafra. It will never solve any problem. The only thing that can change the narrative is the action of the people. The action of Biafran people. That is the only thing that will change the narrative. That is why we are crying and shouting that Biafran should embark on a massive civil disobedience. Even before Mazen Nandekano goes to court, starting from now that you're watching this video, let there be a massive civil disobedience on Sunday, on Monday, and every other day that will be added, including economic sanction to the Janjaweed government through stopping the giving of our revenue to them. These are the civil disobedience that are going to change the hand of time. these are the civil disobedience that will change the narrative. It will automatically change the narrative. And this very political solution that you're hearing, they will be the one begging for political solution. We don't have to beg for it. Mazen Nandekano have said it time and time again in his broadcast that we are not beggars. We are not beggars. We are not supposed to beg. We are not beggars. The riches we are talking about in the country called Nigeria belong to Biafran people. So why must we be begging for that, which is ours? The self-determination, it's our right. The right of every individual in the planet Earth is to be, if you want self-determination, it is your right. Self-defense also is the right of every individual to defend yourself. Even an animal, go after an animal to kill it, the animal will try to defend itself. If an animal can defend him or herself, how much more a human being? How much more a human being? And yet, after seeing all this things that are playing out, you will still see some people who are blindly supporting the evil agenda of the caliphate. You still see some people sucking down on their own people. You still see some people who know fully well that it is civil disobedience that will free Mazen Nandekano. It is civil disobedience that will free Biafra people. They know very well. They have seen it work. Civil disobedience was what moved the politician to go and visit Mazen Nandekano, the elders to visit Mazen Nandekano and in DSS and begin to talk about political solution. It is the civil disobedience that gave back to that. And instead of them supporting it, what did they do? They tried to demonize it because they are fighting for their own personal issue. Even our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, spoke about political solution. It never worked and will not work until individuals, you and I, begin to change narrative. Watch and hear from Dim Odumegwu what he said about political solution.
The leader of the Biafran people is His Excellency Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Ojukwu.
In those hot days, the quickest and the only thing we could do was to found a place where our fleeing compatriots could at least find an end to their flight. This is what Biafra is, the end of the journey for a persecuted, massacred, pursued people. We have made all attempts at a democratic resolution of this crisis. I have offered open elections, plebiscite. I have offered just an open carte blanche suggestion. Anybody who can find a democratic way of finding out the wishes of the people, let him suggest it and we will go for it.
My name is...
You heard it. That was our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu. Even during his own time, he offered an open letter, an open opportunity for anybody to bring a political means to end the plight of the Biafran people. What did they do? The only thing they brought to us was death. Instead, 5 million plus were killed. Mazen Nandekano also gave an open book for them, told the politicians, go and get me restructuring. As you're talking about political solution, go and get me restructuring. What did they do? They came back and killed 28 people in the home of Mazen Nandekano. In the process, killed the parents of Mazen Nandekano. The parents of Mazen Nandekano died through the trauma of the attack in the palace of the king. Today, Mazen Nandekano is in captivity because of political solution. Instead of them bringing that political solution, when Mazen Nandekano spoke about it, they prefer killing the person. They killed 28 people, including Jack the dog. And the parents of Mazen Nandekano lost their life. And today, you still see some people listening to these bastards who call themselves politicians. You still see some people telling you that politics somehow can solve the problem. Politicians can never ever find a solution to our problem. They will never ever. If this, they can never ever. The only thing that is going to trigger something that will bring a settlement is civil disobedience. Nobody is calling you to carry gun and kill anybody. We are not calling you to carry gun and go to the street and begin to shoot people. We are not calling you to carry flag to go and protect outside. Sit at home, in your home, sit at home with your family on Sunday and on Monday, so that the world will know that you are standing together with Mazen Nandekano. The Janjaweed will get the record, will get the information direct. Because already they are making people to believe that people are no longer standing with Mazen Nandekano. That is the propaganda they are pushing forward. They are making people believe that nobody's talking about Mazen Nandekano anymore. You can see the case of Mazen Nandekano coming close, coming very, very close. Yet, how many platforms do you see people discussing about the court case of Mazen Nanikan? How many platforms, those people who are propagating Biafra agitators, how many of them are speaking the court case of Mazen Nanikan? How many of them? Go and check. How many of them are talking about the upcoming case? And what is our preparation towards the case? Already the Janjaweed have started a campaign. They have started showing people that people are not with Mazen Nanikan. Sit at home is not holding anymore. People are going about their businesses. They are bringing all this in because of the case that is coming up. But you, the ordinary people, when we say embark on a massive civil disobedience, you think it's a joke. It is not for only for my own benefit. It is for you and I, for the benefit, our own benefit, for Mazen Nanikan to be released unconditionally. If you don't do it, it might be too late. The truth is that if you don't do it now, it might be too late. You might not have that opportunity anymore. It is high time we fight for our freedom. Fight for your freedom wherever you are. You have the right to fight for your freedom. Civil disobedience is your right. It's your right. That is how to fight for freedom. Many people have put that in practice and it worked for them. Self-defense is also your right. While we are embarking on civil disobedience, you have the right to defend yourself at all times. If somebody comes after you, defend yourself. Don't fold your hand and die like a coward. And Biafrans, definitely we will defend ourselves. When we are preaching the message of gospel of Biafra, it is not just for the Biafran people. Every other indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria, our message is also for you to set yourself free. When Biafra is free, every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria will be free. The Ududua people will be free, the Middle Belt will be free, and every other indigenous, even in the north, they will be free. They can be able to fight for their enemies. This is the message I have for you today. But before I go, I have to play again that message of Obadiah Melafia. The message, the reason why they killed Obadiah Melafia, this is what is going to happen in 2022. It has started happening. I am showing you what is going to happen in 2022. Some of you went to church to go and look at Revelation, what pastor will predict and what he will not predict. This is what will happen in 2022. Somebody spoke about it and it is happening. I am going to play the video for you. Tomorrow, I will play the full interview so they can. This man who is speaking has been killed because of this very revelation. He was killed. I will play the video again for you to watch. Listen carefully what he's saying. It is not just about Southern Kaduna. At the end of it, listen, he said it, that in 2022, they will unleash war, if possible for them. They will declare war. In 2022, the Fulani Janjaweed will declare war. Watch. Listen carefully from beginning to end so that you can get the message.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, how would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
I hope you heard him right, that in 2022, they are going to start a civil war in Nigeria. And today, they have started. They have started. Some of you who don't know what is happening, the next video I'm going to play for you is something that just happened today. For those who have not seen, I have played it before. I'm going to play it again before I round up. This is something that is happening today, not yesterday, not an old video. They are taking over military institutions in the north. Terrorists are taking over. The war has started. That is a military institution taken over by the terrorists. It has been taken over. There was no repair of any car, no response from any military. You saw them, all the military car you see there parked there, they have taken over it. They have taken them over. And there's no two ways about it. The war that Oboda Melafia has spoken about is coming. You that you are in the southern part of Nigeria, how prepared are you? Biafran people, how prepared are you? This is the time you have to ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Embark on civil disobedience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the terror that they will see and they will go back. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been holding them down for a very long time. That is why they have not advanced up to now. And today they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity. This is why you have to embark on massive civil disobedience. Embark on massive civil disobedience to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally. I posted a link there. If you have a contribution to make or a question to ask, follow that link. Follow that link. You can come in and make your contributions. You can equally ask a question. If you want to ask any question, follow that link. You come in and ask your question. It will be addressed. That is why I posted that link. I posted that link for people to come in and air their own opinion. If you want to make a contribution or you have a question to ask, you click the link, you can come in, then make a contribution. If there's nobody who wants to make a contribution, I'm going to end the broadcast here. I have spoken enough, and tomorrow we will continue from where we stop. But we will continue to expose the truth. We will continue to show you the truth, and the plain truth and nothing but the truth. Everything I speak about here, I try to back it up with a video for you to confirm and know that we are not just blackmailing people. We are not just pushing forward false information or trying to entice people. We are saying, I am saying exactly what is happening in the continental core Nigeria. I bring it close to your doorstep so that you can know what is actually going on. That the war that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been warning us since 2012. The cry that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been crying, today it is unfolding before your own very eyes. The takeover of Nigeria have started from the northern part of Nigeria. They have started. And are you not surprised? Even when the Janjaweed have announced that they're going to use their Tukana jet to fight against bandits, fight against this, you see them coming out in the open. They are not even coming out open than before because they were not the people that were proscribed. Because the attack is not against the Fulani Janjaweed. Because they are not ready for them. They are focusing on southern part of Nigeria, killing those who are protecting themselves, killing those who are asking for self-determination for their own people. And they will continue to do so. You see why we have to wake up from our sleep. Wherever you are, you have to wake up. Do the right thing, pursue the right cause. As long as you continue to do the right thing and continue to pursue the right cause, you will definitely have your freedom and we will overcome. Let me tell you, keep your mind open. Keep your mind open. If you are not mentally sound, mainly those who are in Biafra land, you might not be able to see the end of 2022. But I'm praying. I pray and pray so much that Chukwu Okike Abiama will make everyone to see the end of 2022. 2022 will not see our end. Every hand that have shared this video, everybody who have been patient watching this video from beginning to the end up to this minute, I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to prosper you, secure you, and keep you alive. Wherever you are watching me from, any hand that has shared this video, Chukwu Okike Abiama will keep you. You will see the end of 2022. 2022 will not see your end. Anybody who have followed me from the beginning of this broadcast to this time, Chukwu Okike will strengthen you. You walk into Biafra alive. You are not going to lose your life. If you are from Oduduwa land, you walk into Oduduwa land alive. You will not lose your life. Whoever is watching me, wherever you are watching me, as long as you are standing on the truth, if you are a Biafran or Oduduwa, as long as you are standing for the truth, speaking up for your own people, you will never fail. You will never fail. As long as you are standing for the truth, Chukwu Okike will keep you alive and you will continue to march forward and move forward. You will never fail. As long as you are sincere, Chukwu Okike will keep you. You will see the end of the evil. The evil will never see your end. I pray that Chukwu Okike will secure and guide and protect every Oduduwa person, every Biafran, every Middle Beltan, every indigenous tribe, anybody who is genuinely fighting for the freedom of their own people. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. As long as you are sincere and genuine, Chukwu Okike will protect you. You will see the end of 2022. 2022 will never see your end. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our brother Sunday Igboho. Wherever he is, Chukwu Okike will secure him and set him free, and he will come out and continue the struggle. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him. Save our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never have effect. May Chukwu Okike continue to strengthen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Continue to guide and protect him until the end of time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be freed unconditionally. And we Biafrans will do everything in our power to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given it all. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you for watching wherever you are watching from me. And I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to guide and protect every one of us in our various areas. Thank you so much. And remember this. See you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike. Thank you. And share the video to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share it to people so that any platform where you belong, share the video. Let the people see what is happening. The war that Obuda Melafia has spoken about is on. It has started. It is no longer a mere hearsay. It is no longer a propaganda. It is no longer a prediction. It has started from the north and is trickling down to the south. The Southerners have to wake up. The time is now. The time is now. Embark on a massive civil disobedience. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. And every other day that will be added. That is the right thing to do. And that is the way we are going to free our Sunni Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this. See you again. As nobody was able to come in, I sent the link twice and nobody was able to come in to speak. It's okay. Maybe if you prefer using a call, you can tell me. I can get a number where you can call in. That will be next time and not today. Today I wanted people to come in and discuss. Since there were no people coming in, I'm going to end the program tomorrow. If we prefer the issue of call, I can get a call, a WhatsApp call, so that we can be able to interact and share views. Communication matters. There are people who knows better than I do. I don't know it all. You might have something to contribute more than I'm doing. There are people who cannot be able to have the time to come, but the little opportunity they have, they can chip in something that can change the narrative. That is why we open up time for people to come in, also people to call in and air their own opinion. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you're joining from. And may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you and secure you. Remember this.